Hey guys, this is Candle, and yeah, welcome to Final Fantasy II. Now pay attention to this scene, because it's actually kind of your intro to the basic story, because the story kind of just jumps off. So yeah, we're back with another Final Fantasy game, and unlike the first one, I will not be cutting out random battles this time around. I will, however, be cutting out like any unnecessary backtracking, as well as any grinding. I'll do that off screen. But yeah, this kind of basically sets up the story, unlike the FMV from the first game, which had like nothing to do with it. So here we've got our three youths. Well, actually, I think there's four of them. And they're kind of running off. The town's on fire. You know, the town's being attacked by the Empire, the evil Empire, because of course all empires are evil. We got our three main heroes here. Guy, Firion, and Maria. Got our Black Knights. The Imperial Legions. And I think that's Leon, the mysterious fourth member of the party. Maria's, brother, I think? Yeah, brother. Maria's brother. It'll all be explained once we actually get into the game. Magic. It's what animates them. That's why they keep getting up. So yeah, this FMV sequence was originally first introduced in the PS1 port of the WonderSwan Color remake, you know, in Final Fantasy Origins. Alright, and there you have it. The beginning of Final Fantasy II. And of course, the logo here is the Emperor, the big baddie, the main villain. This is one of only 3 times, I think, a Final Fantasy game has used a main villain for the logo. The other 2 times would be Final Fantasy IV. You had Kain in the original logo and Golbez in the 3D remake logo. And then Final Fantasy XII, you had Judge Gabranth, I think, as the logo there. Other than that, they've always been like consequential parts of the story and so on. Oh, art gallery, be scary. Okay, let's go ahead and hit new game real quick. And go ahead and hit English, because I cannot read Japanese. So, this is the first game in the franchise to have named characters. They actually have stories attached to them a little bit. You've got your main hero here, Firion. You have Maria, who's kind of his love interest a little bit. This game doesn't really delve too much into romance. You've got Guy, who is the big brute. And he speaks like it too. And then you have Leon, who is Firion's best friend and Maria's big brother. I am not really a fan of changing names when it comes to characters when it's already a set name. So we're not going to change any of that. However, I do want to point out that Final Fantasy II, despite being a sequel to the original Final Fantasy, is also not a sequel to the original Final Fantasy. See, Hironobu Sakaguchi, who led the team behind the first few Final Fantasies and was like heavily involved in pretty much all of them up through 10, maybe 11, and even a little bit into 12. But he was not a big fan of sequels, like, at all. So what do you do when you're tasked with creating a sequel but hate sequels? You end up making a game that is very similar in terms of mechanics with some iteration, but completely different in terms of world, characters, and story. So this game is completely unconnected to the first one. You know, it's kind of a thing where every single numbered Final Fantasy is completely different. There are some connections with other games, like some games get sequels. Like there's an entire collection of games surrounding Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy X got a sequel. There's a trilogy of Final Fantasy 13 games and so on. And some games are based in the same world as well, such as Final Fantasy Tactics, its remake War of the Lions, Final Fantasy XII, its sequel Revenant Wings, and Vagrant Story, which is not a Final Fantasy game, are all set in the world of Ivalice. Now, the Tactics Advance games also take place in Ivalice as well, but it's a different Ivalice. Anyways, now that we're done with all that, let's go ahead and get started. We're good with these names. A long-lived peace. So yeah, you can see the art style is very similar to the PSP version of Final Fantasy I. A long-lived peace is at an end. And there's the Emperor and his forces. Got some flaming faces there. The Emperor of Palamecia has called forth monsters from the underworld and has begun his campaign for world conquest. I just got an email. A rebel army arose in the kingdom of Fynn to thwart the Emperor's plans. But the rebels' castle fell to an all-out assault by the Empire. Left with little choice, the rebels withdrew to the remote town of Altair. So yeah, that's Fynn, which is where our heroes are from. 4 youths from Fynn also found themselves fleeing the Imperial forces. They had lost their parents at the hands of the Empire. But their escape wasn't over. And yeah, the game just starts you off right in a fight. The original Famicom version just jumps straight into the fight. Like, that was it. This is... I wouldn't necessarily say the genesis of it, but one of the first of the tired... Well, I wouldn't necessarily say tired, but first of the trope of JRPGs where it is an unwinnable story-based fight. So you can see, though, the battle system is laid out very similar to Final Fantasy I. There was some differences in the NES versions, but, you know, it's a little bit out there. Anyways, we can't win, so we may as well just straight up attack, and you'll see, like, we are hella weak. Like, there's no way you can win this. They do, like, way more damage than you could ever hope to do here. And you can't do any damage. So bye-bye, Maria. The party was defeated, and that is going to be a main theme of the game. Ugh. So wait, weren't there 4 people? Why do we only have 3? I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and find out. There's Hilda and Minwu. I like already know all the characters in this game because I've played it a couple times before. Will he live? He will. I sent a strong life force within him. He should regain consciousness soon. So yeah, Minwu's basically kind of like a white wizard. We found them like this on the escape from Fynn, fallen from terrible wounds. By the time we brought them here, I feared it was already too late. His life is not in danger. This sigil will strengthen his life force. We should let him rest now. Of course. We'd best be off to the meeting. I imagine they're already waiting for us. If the Empire is allowed to complete the dreadnought they're building in Bafsk, their attack will begin in earnest. We cannot sit idly by and watch. We must act. Alright, so Firion wakens alone. Where am I? Leon! Maria! Guy! Where are you? They're out here, or at least some of them are. Firion, you're alive. I thought you'd... I'm fine, Maria. You alright too, guy? But wait, where's Leon? Princess of Finn, save us. But Leon not here. Yeah, see what I mean by him talking like a brute? I see. Don't worry, I'm sure he's okay. Alright, so... Oh, we go straight in there. I want control! Give me control so I can change some settings around. Text isn't scrolling as quickly as I would like. So you've regained your strength. Very good. Your life force is strong indeed. It was you who saved us, wasn't it? Thank you. Forgive me, Your Highness, but there is something I must ask of you. Please, allow us to join the rebel army. I could never allow such a thing. You know nothing of battle. You would only be throwing your lives away. You should return to your homes. But we have no homes. Not anymore. The Imperials attacked, and our parents... Yeah, they're all orphans now. I am truly sorry, but even so, this changes nothing. I cannot permit you to join our army. If you've nowhere else to go, you're welcome to stay here in Altair. If you know our password, you should be able to live here well enough. The password is Wild Rose. Remember it well. So yeah, this game has an interesting mechanic I don't think really ever pops up in the rest of the series, where you can learn keywords and then repeat them back to certain characters to get new information. So let's learn Wild Rose, and let's ask about it. The Wild Rose is the insignia of the Kingdom of Finn. It represents our hope for a future that flourishes in both strength and beauty. But what will become of Finn now? I've heard that the Empire's captives have been taken there and suffer even as we speak. Maria, your brother Leon is missing, is he not? It's possible that he's being held in Finn as well. But Finn is far too dangerous now. The Emperor's beasts still stalk the streets. Gaining entrance to the city will not be easy. The man at my right is Minwu, the white wizard who tended your wounds. Speak with him before you leave. He may be of some assistance. Alright. Well, we're done talking to her. Let's go ahead and change some things. Yeah, dash while it's pressed. Yes, put this, pop that all the way up to fast. Controls, we're already good because I want controls on the stick. Portraits on, window color, bestiary, language settings. Okay, we are good. And just like the other one, this allows us to pretty much save whenever, wherever. So there we go. We're in the Rebel hideout. Alright. I see your destiny clearly. The future it holds seems closely entwined with my own. You will begin by journeying to Finn. That is the first step toward realizing your fate. Okay, what if we ask you about the Wild Rose? You've wasted no time using the password. Heed well the information it will bring you. You can learn much of value by listening. I offer you one more bit of advice before you depart for Finn. Those who have fallen in battle can be revived at a sanctuary. Should one of you fall before you reach Finn, go without hesitation to the nearest sanctuary. Alright, so something else I want to talk about is, you can see we've got a whole bunch of different information here from Final Fantasy 1, because there is no class system in Final Fantasy 2, not like there was in 1. In 1, you got to select your classes. In 2, what you do instead is you improve skills based on what you use and do in battle. So like if you take a lot of hits in battle, you end the battle low on health, you'll gain more HP and defense. And the more you use certain weapons, the more proficient you become with them, and the same with spells. Spells level up the same way that all the other skills do, so they get stronger as well, just like that. So there's no like Cura, Curaga, Fyra, Fyraga. It's all just like Fire and Cure and so on, and it just gains levels. And you also have your formation here. You have a front row and a back row. And the back row characters take less damage, but they also deal less damage when it comes to melee weapons. The archers and so on deal the same amount of damage forward and back. Now, how I like to play it is if we take a look at our equipment here, you can change it up however you want. Like, no character is locked to any specific set. but I tend to like to keep it kind of the way it's already set up, where Furion is a swordsman with a sword and shield, Maria is an archer, and Guy is an axeman. And I kind of like to keep it like that. So those are your main 3 characters. The port of Paloom lies not far east of here, but a lake separates us. You won't be able to reach the town without a canoe. Now, canoe is a key item, not a key word, so that's why you can't actually learn that. This is the Rebel Army's war room. And he says the same. Heading to Fynn, are we? It's not my place to tell you what to do, but I'd reconsider if I were you. It's a dangerous place to be, you see. The city is crawling with the Empire's monsters. To the north lies a small village called Gatria. Judging by the look of you, you'd be lucky to make it that far. Before you go anywhere, I suggest you visit the room with the sigil that saved your life. There you'll find people who can teach you a thing or two about adventuring. I think you're going to need all the advice they can spare. So yeah, that is basically where your tutorial room is in this game. Right over in here. And these guys will basically teach you the basic mechanics of the game and how they differ and so on. Like this guy will teach you about weapons, and this one will teach you about information on the status screen and so on. Skill levels and armor. See, I don't really need to learn any of this, so I'm not going to bother. But if you want information, there it is. All right, let's go down here. This is the king's bedchamber. His Majesty was sorely wounded in the flight from Fynn. He's been resting here for some time now, which is why Princess Hilda is in charge. Alright, he's got to say the same thing. An arrow struck me in the back during the battle, leaving me in this state. Perhaps I really have grown old. My daughter, Hilda, now serves as regent. You should speak with her. Alright. Let's go down here. There's another room down here, and I think this is Hilda's chamber. Yeah, and there's nothing in here right now, but you can tell it's Hilda's because there's massive vanity. I know, that's sexist, but still kind of funny. Alright, let's go down to the common room. You're in the rebel hideout in the town of Altair. Thank you very much for telling me that. Gordon, the Prince of Kashuan, is hiding out here in Altair. I don't know what happened, but something has made him lose faith in himself. Alright, what about you, Missy? Princess Hilda fled here when Fynn was sacked. She's doing a remarkable job of leading the rebel army while His Majesty recovers. Alright, let's go over here because I saw a chest. So we got a potion. Nice. And we've got beds here, but we can't do anything with them. Okay, let's go take a look at the town. I'm Paul, greatest thief in all the world. They've yet to invent the loot I can't burgle or steal. The Imperial coffers have kept my purse fat with gil lately. Alright, let's ask you about the Wild Rose. I never steal from the rebels, you can be sure of that. My home was in Fynn, too. I can't even go home now that the Empire has occupied the city. Alright, what about you? This is the town of Altair. The Imperial forces haven't been deployed this far out yet. I suppose it's only a matter of time, though. Alright, so if we take a look at the inn, it's just your basic run-of-the-mill inn, and this is where we can come and heal up. It costs 0. I don't know if that goes up as you use it more, or if this one is always 0. But for now, let's leave the item shop alone for right now. My name is Gordon. I was once a prince of Kashuan. Now I'm nothing but a coward. When my brother, Scott, fell in battle, I abandoned my kingdom and fled here. So you've asked to take up arms in the struggle? I'm so afraid Hilda will turn me away that I haven't even asked her. I've been stalling here. I'm just a spineless coward. Go ahead, laugh. I deserve it. No, man, you don't deserve it. Anybody could have done what you did. So yeah, this is our sanctuary. It's nice and big, and you gotta talk to the statue of the goddess to revive your party members. No clergymen here. Paul's a skilled thief, but don't worry, you can trust him. He only steals from the Imperials. Alright, so down here we have our white magic shop. Excuse me. Let me correct that. It's just a magic shop. There is no separation between white and black magic this time around. So let's go ahead and buy a... we have 400 gil. Let's buy a fire tome and a cure tome. And, oh, I didn't realize. Okay, let's go ahead and buy a thunder tome as well. There we go. And we are going to go ahead and use those because, again, this is how magic goes in this game. you buy tomes and then use them to make a certain character learn the spell. So everybody, I'm going to want everybody to have Cure eventually, but right now let's get some basic stuff going here. So that is like all of our money. We have like no money now, but that's all right. Down here is our weapon shop. Tobul, the fellow over in that weapon shop, is one fine blacksmith, he is. I think something's been bothering him lately, though. Let's go check him out. First off, let's take a look here. So yeah, this is basic stuff here. If you wanted to respec your characters, you can, but I don't really feel a need to right now. We've got basic equipment good enough for what we can do right now. What could you want with me? I'm just an old man, Tobul asks. If we ask him about the Wild Rose, the geezer act is just a cover. My name's Tobul, and I'm the best darn blacksmith in the rebel army. Well, that's good to know. Alright, so I don't think there's much more we can learn in here. Oh, we've got our armor shop over this way. We got a buckler, a leather cap, gloves. Leather cap would be nice, as well as the gloves, but I have no money right now, because I spent it all on magic. Alright, so we've talked to everybody in town. Let's go ahead and head out to the world map. Let's go ahead and save real quick, because this game can really kick your ass if you head off in the wrong direction. Alright, so let's also take a look at the world map. I'm not sure when the game informs you of this, but it is the same way you do it as with the original one. Just hold circle and select, or not. Is it not? Square and select? No, the square is the bestiary. Triangle, start. Maybe? Okay, maybe it doesn't let you do it yet. Okay, interesting. I wanted to take a look at the world map, because the world map is kind of designed kind of interestingly. Anyways, what we want to do is get into our first battle. And we're just going to hold hold X to win on this fight. Because goblins are nothing really to worry about. And we need to start building up some strength too. And okay, so if we take a look at our victory here, we obtained 37 gil and nothing else. I was hoping we would level something up on just the first fight. Yeah, let's go up this way. Don't want to go to the west too much because the monsters over that way are kind of strong. Alright. So yeah, a guy has taken a hit. He took a hit on the last fight, I think. So it looks like we can take down 2 goblins in a single round. It looks like 2, maybe 3. If they would actually hit, you know, that would be nice. Improve your accuracy, please. Okay, we got more gil. Ah, there we go. See, all these increases there are level increases for the weapons. So, if we take a look at our stats now, Furion's sword and shield skills have gone up to 2. So he's a little bit better with those than he is with everything else. And the same with Maria and her bow, and Guy and his axe. And if we head right up here... There we go, there's Gatria. And now we gotta deal with hornets. Now let's go ahead and use fire. And, oh good, you can, because this game doesn't separate out spell levels, you can actually use the same spell on multiple enemies for reduced damage, but spread across all of them. Let's go ahead and attack and attack. And we just got poison, and we have, like, no way to heal poison, so that's not great. I have no antidotes or anything. And these guys look like they only have about 6 HP. Ow. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. I'm not healing Guy yet, because I kind of want his HP to increase. He's kind of the tank of the group. And that didn't quite work out the way I wanted. Oh, okay, so poison does not last after battle, so I don't have to worry about that, so that's good to know. So we've made it to Gatria, which is a small little town. This is the village of Gatria. Finn is just over there across the lake, see? Yes, it is. Okay, so we've got our inn here. Let's go ahead and heal up. Cost 5 gil. So yeah, definitely go ahead and heal up here. Nice and easy. Alright. So we've got our party together. We've healed up. And we've got an item shop. And you've got different guys that sell different things here. Like, these are status affecting items. Cross, mallet, Maiden's Kiss, and stone. Or gold needle rather, not stone. Cure stone. This guy sells your HP items. Your eye potion. Oh, also sells eye drops and antidote. Okay. I'm not going to worry too much about those. Let's go ahead and get some more potions, though. Just be on the safe side. And this guy sells... Okay, Phoenix Down, Ether, Cottage, and Elixir. None of which I can afford right now, but it's good to know that they're here. Let's go up here. The Imperial forces have occupied Castle Finn. The gates are drawn and no one can enter. And with the Imperial troops and monsters roaming the streets, the city isn't any better off. So that's good to know. So this is your sanctuary in here. You got one here as well. There's a pub just on the outskirts of Finn. When the Empire invaded, the barkeep didn't make it out in time. They say he's still working there, pouring drinks for the Imperials. Okay, so we don't want to go too off into the distance there yet. Gatria and Altair haven't fallen into the clutches of the Empire yet. But once the Dreadnought is complete, nothing will be able to stop the Empire. The Dreadnought being an airship, a massive airship. Alright, this guy sells armor. Let's go ahead and get 3 leather gloves and 2 leather caps. I would buy a third one, but I can't quite afford it. So let's go into our equipment. Optimal. There we go. And no, all I have are my potions to sell. Alright, so I think that's all we can get from Gatria. There is a weapon shop as well. I don't think this guy sells anything new. Javelin, broadsword, axe, and bow. So yeah, we're good on that. Alright. I think the javelin might be the only melee weapon that actually works from the back row. It might be thrown, I don't know. But let's go ahead and save because, again, we're heading into rough territory off to the side here. So, up across the lake here is Finn, and we got to get there, and the only way there is around. And there are strong monsters off in this direction, so, well, these guys aren't too strong. I mean, it's just hornets. But let's go ahead and level up fire if we can, and just get everybody straight up attacking. Oh, they escaped, which means we get nothing from him. Alright, fire level 1. That'll take down 1 hornet, and the other hornet. Alright, 18 gil, Maria's agility increased. So that means she'll be more adept at evading attacks, I think. Yeah, I think agility is what garners evasion. Or, excuse me, helps with evasion at least. Alright. I'm gonna go up here. More hornets. Let's just go ahead and straight up attack them. Well, we lost 1 hornet. Okay, 9 gil. Nobody's got their HP increase yet, though, and that kind of sucks. Leg eaters. Okay, these guys are a little bit stronger. Definitely use fire on this. So the other interesting thing about magic is the MP cost is directly tied to the level. The stronger a spell is, the more it costs. So level 1 costs 1 MP, level 2 costs 2, and so on. I think. I know it increases. I'm not sure like how much it increases, but either way, let's go ahead and attack. And why not? Let's check out Thunder as well. Although these guys are plants, so they're weak to fire. And it looks like they have 6 HP as well. So that is good to know. There goes another one. And then this Thunder will wipe out the last ones. There we go. Alright, and guys, stamina increased. Not quite sure what stamina does. Might be tied to HP. I don't know.